It's about that time. Let's go. Welcome to the Clubhouse. This is Velas Weekly Digest. Every Wednesday, make sure that the time's set. Everything blockchain news on the day-to-day. Velas here to tell you, Shirley, take it away.
Hello everybody, I am Sirli Valge, and on behalf of our team, welcome to the Velas Weekly Blockchain Digest. And as every week, I am joined by my fellow lady from the Crypto Valley. Actually, she skipped last episode. Delphine Forma. She's the Chief Compliance Officer at DAL, board member of the Open VASP Association, and a prominent voice in the global blockchain ecosystem.
Thank you for having me, as always.
And also, I'm joined by my co-host Pavel Yakovlev. He's a blockchain ecosystem builder and a managing partner at Anchor Strategy.
Hey everybody, good to be here.
Hey there.
And our guests tonight are Amir and Katia Zaitsov from LEXIT, a decentralized finance platform for tokenizing intellectual property into non-fungible tokens. I hope I was correct. And
yes.
Amir, Katia, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's fun. Let's go. Let's do this.
I'm curious. Like I gotta jump into this immediately. I mean, a decentralized finance platform for tokenizing intellectual property into a non-fungible token. So, walk me through this. How does this work?
Well, I would suggest that Katia takes the lead here on this part because ladies first, right?
Yeah, no, oh, sure. I'll start and then, we can ping pong around. So, so Pavel, what we're building here is a full service NFT and DeFi platform that lets you tokenize, launch, and enable you to trade intellectual property rights from your arts and all the way to your inventions. So, the platform that we are building will allow anyone who owns the copyrights to your art, movies, TV shows, characters, patents, and technical inventions, or even collectibles to mint and launch NFTs and have these immediately in liquidity on our integrated LEXIT DeFi pools. So what we're really trying to do here, Pavel, is that we're combining the two most popular elements of NFT and DeFi, and we're making these actually highly performant on our LEXNET Protocol as well. So where our LEXi Coin will be the central enabler on the LEXIT platform. So yes, LEXIT will also be coming out with our own protocol as well, which we are currently far in development. If you want to add anything, Amir, go ahead.
Well, you basically covered all the bases, but I can maybe just from a very simple point of view, if anyone wants to do an NFT right now, and we all know the big popular examples from superstars, NBA slam dunk videos, or paintings from already famous people, they can do so. They have the means to have a dev team around to do stuff for them. But the average guy has not. The average artist has not, or the average kid who's programming by himself some marvel of technology in some country you never heard of, right? So we think that has to change. So why we are building LEXNET is partly because we want to provide access. So meaning the big benefit for anyone doing NFT on LEXIT is going to be this. You go there, you don't pay nothing. You pass the audit and you get onto the NFT Launchpad. It's there. So if it's great and the expose looks nice, people are going to go into that on the Launchpad itself. We also can allow one single NFT to represent whatever the object is or the IPR is, but also you can shard it into many, many pieces, as many as you actually like, to make it accessible, this NFT, to hundreds of thousands or even millions of people at the same time. What happens next is that Launchpad is activated and the sale goes on, and if people have the NFTs then, what can it do? Now the NFT issuer will have to provide liquidity on an exchange like Uniswap or wherever to make this tradable, but he doesn't have to. The benefit is the NFT issuer goes directly after the Launchpad into LEXIT DeFi liquidity pools, which are supported by the community and people who want to participate on trading with these NFTs as an object of speculation in the sense, right? So the beauty is that the solution is a win-win, a true win-win scenario and situation for everyone involved, from the NFT issuer, the artist, if you want, and to the pool managers who stake a bit into the pool and motivate others to do so, to the people and users who participate on the Launchpad, who obtained NFTs. All of them can now pass the launch of this NFT, create more value to that NFT. It could be an NFT, for instance, for example, it's a patent, right? Something revolutionary, and it could turn into a product because the NFT issuer now gained funds through the whole process, because what you need, Alex, is LEXi Coins to purchase these NFTs. And you are getting 90% of these proceeds yourself without so far invested even $1 into the entire thing. So you come in for free, essentially. If it's great, it's going to survive. So that is LEXIT. It's a very unique concept, and we are coming out very hard with this one this year. All right. So that's what I wanted to add.
Sounds
Thanks,
very
guys.
exciting. When is the LEXNet going to be available for users like us?
Thank you for this question. So there are two stages on LEXIT, which is the LEXIT.com platform itself is going to be opening up end of August, beginning of September this year. But it's going to still run on Binance Smart Chain, which is okay. It's a good protocol. It's a good fork of Ethereum. And once the LEXNet goes past testnet and mainnet, which we expect in the beginning of next year, 22, we will migrate everything onto the LEXNet, which is fully EVM compatible, such as BSC. Yeah, that's basically the timeline in a nutshell.
So hi, Amir. I'm very welcome. Very happy to have you on the show. NFTs are one of my favorite topics, so that's great to have you. And I think what you're doing is pretty cool. But I have a few questions.
Please.
So the first one is I'd like to know, how do you verify, or actually do you verify that the person that says that they own the copyrights actually own it? And if you do verify it, like how do you do that? Because for me, it's like one of the main topics, like in the NFTs world, like where people just are making NFTs of everything without even knowing if they have copyrights, right?
Oh yeah. This is a minefield legally. So we started with the concept of IPR, aka intellectual property on blockchain, in 2016 in Estonia, right? So this was the project start, and we have a lot of experience on that part. And part 50% easy, maybe even 60% of the work was like the legal side of things. How is this in compliance with different regulatory bodies across the planet? Every country is a bit different, So we kind of realized quickly technology is one part of it, but the other part, big time, is legal. Now, knowing that, we tackle basically the entire development in this way, that we say, if somebody comes to the platform and claims, I own this painting, we do need certificates. We do need proof of ownership of the copyright or the object itself. So there is going to be an extensive vetting and full KYC process. And that said, anyone participating on LEXI.com has to undergo a full KYC. That's very important. We need transparency on this part, right? So even everyone, especially everyone who's coming in to make an NFT and to join the LEXIT family and the platform and take all the benefits, we definitely make sure that that person or company is who they say they are, that they own what they want to NFT. And we're going to be very stringent and very tough on that one, because we cannot allow a single case to blow back, right?
Yes, indeed. Very good. That's very good. And the other question is like, because when I think about it, I'm an artist, and I own my I own my art, and you're like thinking, okay, so I'm gonna want to have an NFT, but maybe I don't want to transfer all the rights first.
This is
And then
beautiful.
second, maybe I want my NFT to persist for a certain time, but maybe not for 100 years. And so I was wondering, like, if on your platform as an artist first, are you able to choose which right you want to transfer, and is it backed by a legal contract?
Yes. So Delphine, you're throwing me one straight ball after another. I love it. It's so easy to do that pitch here. So here's it. You're an artist. Are you a painter? What are you?
Painter.
Oh, beautiful painters. I love arts and painting. I'm a big fan. And now what happens is you can choose. You can say, Delphine has this amazing piece, maybe on acrylic or maybe an oil painting and a nice canvas, beautiful piece of art, contemporary, right? And you can decide, I want to sell this now as one NFT, like, people did, for instance. You can do so. You can sell the entire thing. It's a physical transaction then happening with one buyer, whatever. In this case, we would recommend you to choose the auctioning model of the NFT, which you can choose later. You can choose auction or straight not. And straight up means you can say, I'd like this NFT, my painting, to remain in my possession. And definitely I will remain my copyrights, because if it gets popular, I have the rights to make t-shirts out of it or merchandise in general, right? So why would you
Yes.
give this away as an artist? It's a stupid idea. Even if you sell your painting right now to anyone, if you do a normal transaction of the title, yes, but you still keep the copyright. If you're smart, the contracts you do with your buyers are like that, right? And so in the second cases, you can say, I don't want to sell it at all, but I'd like to have 100,000 people excited about my art to make me more popular. And so you can say this NFT enables you access to something. You have to convince us, Delphine, to tell us what actually are your NFTs going to do. So we're not going to do your work. You have to be creative to say, I want 100,000 NFTs out there. I want to fundraise this way to ensure that I can work what I love to do. But you have to tell us, what do you actually want to do this NFT to be to enable to the people who buy it. Obviously, most of the people will use it as an object of speculation on the DeFi pools to make money. I mean, let's be straightforward here.
Yes.
People want to make and earn money. It's fine. Everyone needs to make a living. Man's got to eat, right? So
Of course.
and girls got to eat. So I'm just covering my bases here, and so meaning that in that sense. You can say, all right, for instance, it's a painting. You can have like an idea from me now, a virtual showroom, for this painting where you pre-recorded it and how the painting actually became live. For instance, it's a new one, right? You record it in a 360 angle, for instance, and make a virtual showroom of the entire process, how this painting became what it is. For instance, it's just an idea. It could be anything. And this token, this NFT could be as a key of access provided and therefore be burned up, so to say. Or you can say, I just want it, very plain and simple, that you have a part ownership even could be possible too. That you say, right, you have 100,000 co-owners, and if this painting becomes a very high valuable object and it has a monetary transaction at some point in time, they would be having a little cut of it. It is up to you. We are very flexible because arts are something which is coming from the heart, right? And you are tied to it. And I know for sure, Delphine, when you are selling one of your paintings, you feel like something of yourself is being sold. It's hard. So I understand that part.
Yes,
As a former artist myself, I was a songwriter in a different life many decades ago.
that's very cool. No, that's really cool to know that you guys are flexible. Then the other question, and then I'm going to stop because I'm hijacking the thing right now.
I hope Katia can answer this one. She likes to answer this one. Let's put it this
So
way.
let's say you have a digital art, whatever that is. It could be, I don't know, let's say, Chanel decides to issue a Chanel jacket as digital wearable. And it's only digital, right? It's not physical. And then so they use your platform to issue an NFT representing this digital object. The question is like, using your platform, will the digital object live on the blockchain, or will the NFT only be a hash representing the object and the object will be somewhere else?
Yeah. So, well, the way we do it, we would actually represent that object. Even if it's digital art, we were going to treat it as physical art. Because I would not love or like to, or we in this case, discriminate any form of art. The times are changing, and art and expression of art itself is changing with technology too, right? So I would treat that in that sense as similar. In this sense, it would be represented definitely as the token itself on the protocol, of course, and essentially that's my answer.
Okay, that's interesting. And also, like, so you say you're decentralized, right? So as a platform, where do you make the money? Sorry.
I can't. Okay. In the intro, I explained to you that you as an artist now, Delphine comes to LEXIT.com and it says, I want to tokenize my latest painting and I have an idea how to do it and everything, right? And we say, Delphine, this is amazing. This is a really good idea. I think people will like it. and we check you and we give you a go, right? So now your NFTs, say 100 of them, for instance, just for the sake of calculation, 100 of them come to the NFT Launchpad. Sale starts, and now it's the interesting part for you as an artist. Now it comes. Everyone, every single participant on any NFT Launchpad campaign, first has to get whitelisted, so KYC and everything, if they're not already. Secondly, they have to go to you, Delphine, to your social media, to all of your channels, like and subscribe. And yet they have not even bought the NFT or not even get so to say the allocation, whatever. So meaning you will get for free an extensive marketing campaign in social media, many, many more followers and likes of all these people who want to buy this NFT during the whitelisting. Now the date comes of the Launchpad, and some of them will get the NFT, because if it's too many, we're going to be either go first come, first serve, or there's going to be a lottery system to randomize the people who will obtain that specific purchase. But you already gained a lot of new followers, because probably we 5 times oversubscribed last week on BSC Pad with our IDO, and they're going to be hot NFTs that are going to oversubscribe. So many, many more people will be there trying to get it, but just a few will actually get it on the actual Launchpad. The rest has to go to the DeFi pools and try to make a participation in there with their funds, right? Which is good. We want you to be able to have liquidity for that token itself. How we earn money is this: 90% of the proceeds at the NFT Launchpad, which exclusively will be payable in LEXi Coin, our own coin, will go to you, Delphine. You get that money, period. You get a ton of LEXi Coins, right? 10% are going to be diverted. Five of these 10%, so five of them, will go to our community staking buffer wallet to make sure that our staking model is going to be always filled up, right? And the other 5% will go into the DeFi buffer wallets to support some pools which are not on par with liquidity, to beef them up a bit, right? So we still have not made any money as LEXIT.com. How do we make money? Here it comes. First of all, the LEXi Coin is going to be extremely sought after, because it's the only way to participate, That's one thing, which is great. We have reserves. But the second and more important part for us is we will take 5% of the minted NFTs for ourselves before it's any success or not, right? So 5% of these NFTs will be taken by LEXIT, and we're gonna, either liquidize them over time, but we're never gonna do anything to harm the value of your NFT, because the long-term value of your art and NFT is tied to our destiny. And so we are gonna be very cautious with that. This is how we make money.
Thank you, Amir, for the explanation.
Welcome.
I think it was very clear. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
All
Now I
right,
have
can
too
we
much
move
speaking
on?
time. I really hope, I really hope somebody else speaks now.
Okay, so as always, we are starting our weekly discussions with the price of Bitcoin. And these past few weeks, the price has been hovering around 35 to 40K. And despite some people saying that the bull run is over, I want to, being an optimist, believe that this is a retraction and a correction of sorts before we go to the moon. What are your thoughts on this, Amir, Katia?
Well, Katia, you want to give your opinion on that part? I can then add mine.
Yeah, no, for sure. Sorry, guys. We just moved offices, and the connection here keeps kind of cutting in and out. But yeah, well, I don't think anyone's going to be able to predict where the price is going. But what I believe is that I think we've not even closely scratched the surface of where, in terms of price, where Bitcoin and all of crypto and blockchain technologies are going. So, no, I don't think it's over, and I do think that we're going to hit the 100K mark probably end of year, but who knows? But either way, we're still doing what we're doing.
Yeah. So my take on this is similar as Katya's. I think the potential of Bitcoin during this year even is magnitudes higher than where it is right now. I have a hate love with Bitcoin. I gotta admit that. I tell you why. First of all, it's important that we have a bull run on Bitcoin, so everything's flourishing. We all depend on it. But why? I mean, okay, yes, there's a lot of money tied in Bitcoin, and it's kind of the backbone of crypto, right? But guys, sometimes I really think I wish Bitcoin would crash to meaningless value completely and disappear. It would be a disaster for half a year, because where's the big Bitcoin right now? Why I'm saying this is this: we all are depending, as it is an index for all of us. Even if it's not, even if you are running your systems entirely off any Bitcoin participation in your financial grid work, right? You still are going to be depending on if Bitcoin is good or not. And I don't like this. It's just too much dependency, like on one cryptocurrency, even though it's the first. And to be honest, it's a shitty protocol. Come on, man, guys. It's like so slow. It's so restricted. It's just like, so I have a hate love to Bitcoin because I don't like that it's affecting all of us, like really all of us. It goes down, most IDOs are going to be like subpar or fail. This is not cool at all. If it goes up, everything is fine. But if you ask me if it's going to go up, I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. This is no financial advice to anyone listening to this, even in the recording. I'm giving no financial advice here, but I personally believe that big whales are playing a bit of a game, and there's going to be a huge rebound. Yeah.
Are you holding any?
No comment, no financial advice.
And thank you for the opinion. I think it's interesting to have a different opinion. On my side, I have to disagree a little bit here. I do think Bitcoin started it. Like I think like Bitcoin just started the whole revolution. If I can, I'm very passionate about it, and I do think yeah, it's one currency, it's mainstream. But it's just a start. I think you need to give it some time. I mean, the fact that it's already attract attention to technology, that's already changed a lot of things, the way we're working, the way we're interacting, especially with COVID-19, and there has been a lot of interest, and it makes sense, because my take on that is I'm still also bullish, and I still think my prediction is still 100K. But I do think that the market is going to keep crashing because of regulation uncertainty. And they're going to be I mean, the US right now, they just changed president. There's a lot of things in the making in the US right now regarding crypto regulations. There's also the FATF meetings going by the end of June. And I think until all that is not settled, the price of cryptocurrency in general is going to be quite up and down, up and down. And regulatory stability is the key, I think. When there is regulatory stability and visibility, then people are going to get into space. If we're talking about institutional investors, they'll be more comfortable. And I think that will drive the price up.
This is definitely a good take on it. I agree, most of yours. Just the thing is, to Bitcoin to be the backbone, which is still, it is the backbone right now of crypto. But imagine if Bitcoin were capitalized at 10T, so 10 trillion, right? We would get into a range where we don't have that many heavy fluctuations percent-wise from day to day, so to say, And that would be, of course, mainstream adoption kicking in hard. And then Bitcoin would be very valuable as a, as a, so to say, digital gold, right? You can say, all right, I don't have to go now hedge on Tether or anything. I can actually keep it in Bitcoin, and that would be okay. So we would have kind of a stable Bitcoin in a way, more or less, right? Then it wouldn't affect the crypto space, all projects, as it does right now. Right now, it's very volatile, as we all see, and it's affecting the businesses down to the core of any startup doing crypto. And that's it's a bit of a frustration because we postponed, for instance, our IDO by 1 week because Bitcoin had this horrible 2 weeks ago, right? Had this horrible crash down. And there was no way to cut through the media. So we said we're postponing the IDO. We had to make so many changes and spend so much more money to just, to do a great IDO, which we luckily had,
We have
Thanks, Amir. Yeah, we got
from the audience.
Exactly. There you go. Hey, Holly, how's it going?
Hey, guys.
Hi, Holly.
Hi. I've actually known Katya since I was a baby.
What?
Cool.
What?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
She used to coach me. We were in gymnastics together.
No way. You're Katya. Katya, say something. It's your friend. Yeah. What the hell?
Oh my God! Well, look at that. Well, hello, Holly. Did I?
This is a turn.
World. Oh, yeah, this was a little turn. Well, I'm happy to have you on.
Thanks.
Where was this? In where? Toronto?
Yeah, it's actually Anastasia. I just created like Holly avatar for Clubhouse because it's my
Oh
first
my
time on.
God. Okay. Wow, small world. Well, hello there. Nice to have you here.
Hey, no, I'm so proud of what you're doing, and it's so cool. And
Wow.
I just, I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's good. I'm happy to
Get a
have you
That's
in
room.
so
here. Well, there
sweet.
you go. That's sweet. That's
I
sweet.
wish some of my childhood friends would join and tell me how great I am.
Something's very wrong. I mean, we need to have our own fans by
This
now.
is
I mean,
amazing.
we're doing something very wrong. Holly, tell us, are you actually, or whatever your real name, non-crypto name is, are you holding any Bitcoin?
I'm not Bitcoin. I bought some Safe Moon, but I mean, I don't really believe in it yet. Like it's,
Okay. What's stopping you from believing in it?
not much. I'm not like a finance investing person. I'm an artist.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm actually in techno. I got signed to a techno label in Belgium.
Nice.
And
That's
yeah,
exciting.
so I'm just more
Yeah.
interested in like, the like selling your performance NFTs, like your live streams, your digital art, even like
Wow.
my main question is if we will need labels in the future, if I can just release my new track as an NFT.
Here we go, Katya. This is yours. You're the
Yes, of
business.
course, of course. And actually, you know what? I have thought about you, and I have saw your recent Instagram signing. So congratulations on getting signed,
Thank
and I'm
you.
proud of you
Amazing.
as well. So yes, of course. And I can't wait to. Well, there's different ways that you're going to be able to NFT your music on our platform, and I can't wait to discuss it with you. So for sure, let's. Are you currently in Belgium, in Europe right now, or are you still in Toronto?
Not yet. We're still in COVID. Like we're still in lockdown here.
Yeah. Okay.
It's insane, but I do plan to come to Belgium and Europe this summer.
Fantastic. We're
So
going to be the new base is going to be in Hamburg, Germany. So that's pretty
Yeah.
close to
no
Brussels.
way.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's 2 hours away. What? That's
Yeah.
insane.
I guess, guys, we are exceeding now the private party. I want to reach in for Shirley.
Right. Let me
Shirley
let
and
me let,
Pablo.
let me let me remind all of you. I mean, I'm very happy for the reunion, but we gotta press on, guys. We gotta press on. Holly,
Okay.
thank you so
Let's
much for
move
your
on.
Thank
comments.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's start off with some news. First news is covering Swiss blockchain scenery. It's about the project Definity. So the Definity Foundation has announced a 200 million fund to attract developers to build on the internet computer. And it's such a funny name. When I first heard about it and read about it, I was like, what is the internet computer? So it's a decentralized blockchain network that aims to expand the functionality of the internet. And yeah, it's a pretty good amount, 200 million. What do you think, guys?
Well, Shirley, I think it's great to see that blockchain projects are incentivizing developers to build up on their chain. And I believe that this is one of the largest funds out there.
Yeah.
But we also have Bitmex, I think it was this week, like maybe 3 days ago, which is one of the largest crypto derivative exchange, as awarding one of its developers $150K. So the developer in question is Calvin Kim, and he's a developer who works on improving Bitcoin scalability. He primarily works on something called Utrixo, which is a Bitcoin scaling project, and I think this is really, really cool. So to come back to you, Amir, there's things going on Bitcoin chain at the moment.
Well, the thing is, my first take, like many months ago when I saw the internet computer, I loved it because it was so 80s. And I'm almost 50. So I was like, wow, I love this crap. It's such a good branding and everything. I love the artwork of it and how they approach, the public. Very good. But the concept, now let's talk a bit about the concept. I think the concept is pretty astonishing. It's a very bold take, essentially saying we're going to create the one ring for them all, and I like bold things, right? We are trying something bold too, and I believe, given the financial framework they're now putting in place, they have quite the chance to succeed with that, if they do everything right, which is of course always, no one knows, right? There's a huge hype about internet computer. We see it in the caps on CMC and everywhere. But I believe that the concept is pretty awesome, to be honest, and I think they will make it. I'm actually a big fan of Dfinity. So yeah, that's my take on that one.
Yeah, and I think I'm really with you, Amir, on this one, and it's I'm looking forward to seeing what Dfinity will build because
Yes.
they've been at it for a few years now, and the
Yes.
craziest thing is that I think you have all the necessary recipes for success. One, they have incredible people working
They
for the
do.
company, really good techies, and two, they're extremely well funded, right? So
Yeah.
you have all the necessary recipe
Killer
components,
branding.
yeah, and killer branding as well. And to me, also maybe to echo some of the stuff that Delphine said. So yeah, we actually need to have more grants. We need to have more companies coming out there, and also incentivizing people to build on blockchain for people to learn how to code in different languages. I mean, the conversation I had today with one interesting gentleman is apparently if you build on like one chain and within one language, it's very difficult for you to requalify into the other one. So I think we just need more people across the board. And that's going to help the overall ecosystem because, in my opinion, rising tides lift all the boats. So, yeah, I wish more
Yes.
projects do that. And also, shameless plug. Shirley, do you wanna talk about the grant program that you guys have? Because that's also
Well,
interesting.
Yeah, but I feel so shy
definitely.
of the,
No,
I mean,
Shirley. Listen, I was
200
just about to
million
do it.
versus.
No,
It
listen,
doesn't
what
Yeah,
you
matter.
so
guys
It
do
doesn't
is
Velas,
matter.
amazing.
No, definitely. Velas has a $5 million dollar grant
It's a
funding
start. It's a good
program.
start. It's a lot of money.
Yes, it's a good start. So we are welcoming all the projects to build on Velas chain, and we are not just supporting with the money, we are also supporting with the hands-on marketing, technical support, access to investors, access to
And
exchanges,
let me
and
say one thing, Shirley. You got in marketing one of the best guys on the planet, Kalani, your CMO. I mean,
We love
seriously,
him. We're a
we
big
love
fan,
this
Kalani.
guy. He's like he's
We
a
see you in
beast.
the
All
room,
right.
Kalani.
Yeah.
yes, we're really lucky to have Kalani and the Coin Bros. So yeah,
I
that
just
was on the
invited him
side
to
note.
speak. Let's see if he's going to
Oh no, he's
come up on the
recording.
stage.
He's recording.
No, he's not
What
recording
up,
anything.
team?
He's
No?
with
Oh.
us.
Here he
Hey
is.
team,
Okay. Hey, brother.
I'm here. I'm here. Sorry, I actually I'm at a family reunion, so like we were all packing up and checking out of our Airbnb. So
All right
I'm here
then.
now. I'm with Towie actually in person.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah. So we got
Okay.
to tune in, but I was just listening. But yeah, Lexit is really cool. I've worked with them in the past, so it's kind of nice that everyone gets to kind of get together and hop in here and
Much appreciated.
yeah, everyone just
Yeah.
get together and kind of collaborate, meeting of the minds. So thanks
Nice.
for name dropping me, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on,
Thank you,
Kalani. You deserve
Kalani.
it.
Yeah.
You're
All
one of a
right,
Always.
kind.
on to the next news. So with DeFi being in the spotlight, Set Labs is a San Francisco-based upstart platform for creating structured DeFi investment products on Ethereum. Has raised $14 million, and the CEO of Set Labs, Felix Feng, said the Series A will help Set decentralize its protocol and grow its lineup from 4 to as many as 20 multi-coin investment vehicles. And what they aim is to be the BlackRock of crypto, the CEO has said,
Nice.
name dropping the world's largest asset manager. So what do our guests think about this development? Is there space for DeFi ETFs?
If you can I go first or ladies
Of
first? Who
course.
wants? Okay, fine. Well, I think of course, having ETFs in crypto and like I'm talking about on a global scale right now, it would be a blessing. I mean, we all know how powerful ETFs in the normal stock markets are with the mixed assets and everything, how you can, provide security for certain investments, back them with ETFs and whatnot. So it would be a blessing to have that in crypto throughout. And I love the approach. And I love bold statements and even more so bold deliverance after that, right? So I really hope they make it. Sounds like a great concept, right? But we all know it's not going to be easy because the regulators are like 10 years behind, to be honest. And I really hope they catch up with what's happening here because I think we're all too fast for them.
Yeah, I think
Anyone
I,
else?
I, I, I need to go next, and I need to name drop one of our previous guests, Hani Rashwan, and we're also getting pretty much every week news coming out of Switzerland, the company called 21 Shares, formerly known as Amun. So Hani Rashwan, as I mentioned already, was on our Clubhouse get together like a couple of months back, and we had very interesting discussion. But yeah, 21 Shares is again in the in the news because they're listing their ETPs all over the place, and this time around it's on the Euronext Paris Stock Exchange as of yesterday.
Wow.
So he keeps
Wow.
on the team keeps on spooling up all this incredible liquidity that's out there, and I mean I think they've way past the 1 billion mark by now. So congrats to the team,
Absolutely.
congrats to the guys. And what's even more interesting is that on the same day, yesterday, New York-based investment management firm Vanek listed 2 Bitcoin and Ether exchange-traded products. And then they're also going on the Amsterdam Stock Exchange in Paris. So far, going back to 21 Shares, they've listed their ETPs in Switzerland, obviously Germany and Austria, but there's huge demand for what they're doing. And yeah, congratulations to Hani and team. And we're also joking with Shirley and with Delphine. The reason why I keep plugging in Hani's
Every
name
week.
and company every week is because I'm a huge fan of Kathy Woods from ARK Investments, and I really want to make sure that I'll do so many plugs that at some point she's going to come on our humble weekly news digest and have a conversations with us. And Delphine actually listened to her presentation at Consensus, and I'm curious to learn some of the stuff she picked up from what Kathy was saying.
Yeah, Pavel, I'm also a huge fan of Katia. I think like the first time I hear a podcast from her was like maybe a year or two ago, and she's such a cool woman. Like she built up everything from scratch. She's super smart. She's a very different approach to the market. I'm also a big fan. Well, I don't remember the whole speech. The only thing that I remember, she was saying like 1 step back and 2 steps ahead, and this is the way it works with if we're talking about Bitcoin price. And I do fully agree with her. It's always like that, and people get like, they just like follow the fear, which there's nothing to fear. Come on, the market is still kind of bullish to me. But yeah, this is what I say: 1 step back, 2 steps ahead, and I agree with her. And then obviously she's always super sharp about the information she gives about the economics in general and the situation of the market. Everyone on this show, if you have time, I think the video is live somewhere on CoinDesk. Great take on her. You can probably listen to her on CoinDesk podcast. She has really great insight about how the world is going. But yeah, that's my personal opinion about Katie.
Good stuff, guys. Really interesting.
Yeah. So now that we have you back, Delphine, this week, it's so good to have you back because now we can move on to compliance news and on the regulatory side, what is there new?
Thank you, Shirley. Obviously, there's a few things happen, not too much. A lot of things happen, but I can't talk about everything. So just pick up some stuff I liked. So you have, obviously, as I said before, the US with Joe Biden 2022 budget proposal, which includes, obviously, several new crypto tax reporting requirements. But there's been a lot of things going on in the US. With reviewing what has been done in the past, especially by the OCC, the Standard Chartered banks, and what has been done on that. There have also been some talk about crypto exchanges, which will receive over USD 10K in crypto in a single transaction, might have to report it. This is actually already the case in Canada. So, which brings me to Canada. I think that was one of the biggest topics this week because on June 4th, a new AML regulation has entered into force. And it concerns, registration and licensing, compliance requirement, implementation of the travel rule, and something called a large virtual currency transaction requirement. Basically, everyone who is doing a large virtual currency transaction, which is more than 10K of Canada USD, They will have to report it. It concerns most of the reporting entity. It's very, very time consuming from a compliance point of view. If I put myself, as I was back in the day, head of compliance of an exchange, I think that would be something I would have to have a discussion with the tech guy. Oh, we're going to do that because when you report it, you have to give a lot of information on the customer. So that, I think, like from a compliance point of view, like what happened in Canada this week was a big thing. Then you obviously have India, you know, I love India. Lots of things happening there, again, as usual. Then it's A and it's B and then it's black or white. So you had the HDFC Bank, which is one of the largest Indian private lender. They said Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are fad and too volatile to gain mainstream acceptance. So you have that on one hand, and then on the other hand, you have the Reserve Bank of India. We issue a clarification that was on Monday, stating that commercial bond cannot quote it's no invalid April 2018 crypto ban to deny services to customers involved in digital assets dealing. Because recently there's been a lot of news saying that commercial banks, they don't want to have this type of customer. And I'm very glad to see that the Reserve Bank of India is saying that because it has been outruled by a high court in India. So let's see what's going on there because it's always changing over there. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen next week.
And not only there, I was at my bank today, and it's one of the two largest banks in Switzerland, and crypto transactions have been flagged. And I was summoned for a conversation that maybe I shouldn't be doing crypto transactions, despite the fact that we know for a fact that this bank is actually working on like custody solutions and trades and all the other stuff. So it's unfortunate.
Pavel, I think you should switch to some cantonal banks. They are totally crypto friendly. They allow transfer to Binance, whereas Revolut is not allowing any transfer to Binance. But my little cantonal bank doesn't say anything to me.
Yeah.
Cantonal bank also.
Yes, Charlie.
I went there. The first thing I said, "Hey, I'm working in crypto. Is it okay or not?" Because my last bank accounts were also closed to normal salary coming from a mining investment firm. And
we just,
I think Pavel is speaking with UBS.
Just maybe I can
not
tell
naming
you,
any names.
No, I can say a name. We have good experiences right now with the Credit Suisse. It's kind of crazy. This is basically our house bank of LEXIT in Switzerland. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Charlie.
I guess they like what we do. No idea. I don't know. We'll see how long, right?
For now.
Which is good. You know, finger crossed, everything is going to be fine. It's just Pavel is at the wrong bank, you know, like, I don't know, Pavel, choose your bank better.
Okay, fine. I'm with Incor.
Great.
Oh, really?
Aren't they supposed to be dealing with some crypto stuff?
I'm kidding.
Exactly.
I'm not going to name my bank. Forget it. There are hackers listening in, so forget it.
Okay, let's keep going with the news then, because Pavel is being like a little bit stressed right now. So we have other news. So a top official at the Central Bank of Ireland has warned investors over the risk of cryptocurrencies. He's a Director General of Financial Conduct, and he told a newspaper on Monday that the growth in popularity of cryptocurrency is of a great concern. And I think this is quite a good news, you know, like they are starting to be scared. I like that. It's not about personal opinion here, so let's move to the next one. But I might have to give my personal opinion again on that one. So there is a pool called Mara Pool. It's a Bitcoin mining pool which is run by Marathon. And they had previously described themselves as a NoFAC compliant pool. So basically, in an effort to stay compliant with US regulatory standard, this company, which is a Bitcoin mining company, pledged to execute any transaction from its blocks that originated from addresses associated with sanctioned address. So basically what they do is that they actually run blockchain investigation software, make sure that the transactions that put in blocks don't come from illicit activities. But they have this has been highly contested by the community, and so they are saying that they abandon the idea and they will validate transactions on the blockchain in the exact same way as all other miners who use the standard nodes. I actually talked about that last week on Friday at CoinGeek Podcast. It's on YouTube if everyone wants to know more about that. I think it's good that they have abandoned the idea for different reasons. First is censorship, and second is just impossible to say like, oh, okay, this transaction, I put it in a block, it's clean, but the fact that you are building on other blocks and there might be like some illicit type of transaction. So yeah, if you want to know more, you can listen to this podcast I've done last week. But I think it's good decision that they are going on the good side again. And another news, which was quite interesting, is the first US Security and Exchange Commission approved crypto robot advisor, which is called Makara, has launched this week. So I thought there was some interesting stuff going on this week.
That's really exciting, actually, I gotta say. I mean, definitely everything goes into the right direction, and it's shifting left and right a bit. But I think give it a couple of years, and we're going to be in a good spot, and we're going to be considered as pioneers, I hope.
Does anyone else wants to weigh in from the audience, by the way, or have a question to our speakers or to our guests? Raise your hand, and we give you the speaking option. Otherwise, we jump on to our last piece of news. Okay, so what caught my attention was Coinbase's Visa debit card, which will sync with Apple Pay and Google Pay. I think it's a great step toward the mass adoption. And additionally, Coinbase said in a blog post it will begin offering cashback spending reward features to waitlisters this week.
Interesting.
And the card is available across the US with the exception of Hawaii, and the variation rolled out in European markets in 2019. Don't know if anyone is using the Coinbase debit card.
Not yet, no. It's just similar like the crypto.com card, I suppose. It's a similar concept, sounds to me.
Yeah. Except crypto.com isn't connected to Apple Pay and Google Pay. But
exactly.
Yeah, that's true. But they have also this kind of cashback stuff, right?
So on this note, I'd like to thank our guests for their insightful comments, and it was very interesting to hear what LEXIT does. And thank you, my co-host Pavel and Delphine. Delphine, it was so good to have you back. and for a larger selection and more in-depth blockchain news, please visit velas.com/digest. And tune in every Wednesday at 6 p.m. CET for the Velas Weekly Blockchain Digest here on Clubhouse, and join our house, the official Velas Club. My name is Sirli Valga, and thank you for listening.
Thank you for having us. Lexit.com. Love you guys.
Thank
so much,
you,
everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.